introduction made by you. So thank you once again. I am very, very thankful to the director and his entire team for providing this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts and experiences with the galaxy of intellectuals who have joined this program. And you rightly pointed out that this program is basically NEP orientation and sensitization. And the mandate of this program is to engage each and everyone who is basically either teaching or making research in higher education. So it's a very, very well thought program in order to make the sensitization or to make the sensitization of everybody, of faculty basically, or the professors, irrespective of their teaching and the research experiences. Why it is so? It is again rightly pointed by our friend that this program is basically the need of the hour, because this is going to basically tell us, all of us, about the NEP orientation program and why national education policy is important. So we all are going to learn. So 8 themes have been given. So on each theme, by different scholars are going to talk about, because that is the spirit and essence of the National Education Policy 2020. So when we are going to get it acquainted of the very essence of the National Education Policy, definitely we are going to contribute immensely for the development and the growth of our own nation, means society. So the topic or the issue or the theme to which has been assigned to me is higher education and society. Means what is the role of higher education in order to make a progress and development of society, not only at the national level, but at the global level. Because now the whole world is globalized. Means the whole world has been reduced to one community, whether you call it global community or international community or academic fraternity, whatever you see. And it has been well thought that the role of a teacher, when we talk of higher education, means we are going to talk about the role of teachers or the faculty, who is estimated in our country to be around 15 lakhs plus higher education teachers are working. So it's well thought that if the all teachers or the faculty is being made aware of the relevance, essence of the national education policy, our country is going to be benefited so profoundly. And we all know pretty well that it is well said, and we all know that destiny of any society, means future of any country, is basically created and shaped in the classroom. And we all as a teacher are very fortunate that we all have been acknowledged that our role is as a destiny maker or the future guide. And this national education policy is a roadmap which is going to decide the fate of this great nation that is called Bharat or India. So we all have been well acknowledged in this national education policy. If we all are going to play our very profound role, our more proactive role, definitely country is going to be in the right direction. A country will achieve the vision, as we all are aware of this fact that we have been talking by 2047. Means this country has the roadmap, has the vision to take this country, or we all would like to see the country in the category of the developed nations. For that, we need to have a very sound strategy. And policy is there. That is, let me tell you, this policy is a sound policy. Now the turn of the teacher, or now it is the duty and the responsibility of all of us to make it implementable. Why I am not saying that implemented? Already this policy has been technically speaking implemented. Now we need to play our role so that this policy could be made rather more implementable. When we implement any policy, lot of challenges crop up, lot of challenges comes in the way forward, or in the way. So we as a teacher, dynamic teacher, if we will get to know that how that challenges and impediments can be overcome by our own, by providing our own wisdom, by our own findings, by our own research, I think this is very important. Hence, it is said that like leadership, how leadership could be cultivated. So in the academia, means academic leadership, how it is important. We need to learn what are the soft skills, communication skills, and how these all educational institutions, means higher educational institutions, could be put into the hand of the dynamic academic leader, who is considered to be the dynamic vice chancellor or the directors. So, taking all these policies, all issues into the mind, like leadership, we are going to sharpen our leaders. We are going to create our leaders so that these leaders, our academic leaders, could take these higher education institutions at the higher level. When we will take this, definitely we will produce a number of young scholars, and they would become the assets for the country. They would become the assets for the society as a whole, not only to India, but as a whole. We know pretty well about what are the 17 sustainable development goals. So every country has committed to work in this direction in order to fulfill all these 17 goals, in order to make a better global society or international society. So we are living 21st century. So at the turn of the century, we all are well aware of this fact that all the nations came together and they formulated the policy which would address all these social evils like inequality, poverty, unemployment at the global level. So that was called as Millennium Development Goals. So we worked for 15 years, but still many things are remaining the same. So how to again overcome all these challenges like poverty, hunger, inequality, gender inequality, I think climate change, so many things are how to ensure quality in the domain of higher education, how to bring gender equality. These are the goals to which we need to attain. And every country is working in this direction. So we have also our own vision that is called by 2047, Dikshit Bharat. So we all are dreaming, we all are working, and we all should work in order to realize the vision of the Dikshit Bharat or developed nation. For that, we need to, and education is going to be very crucial, is going to play a very, very crucial role. When we talk of education, especially higher education, means we are referring to the teachers like all of us. So our role is going to be very important one in that direction. So taking all these objectives into the mind, we need to work, and we all are going to sensitize ourselves in this direction. Let me now tell you about what are the challenges before all of us and what are the opportunity also. We know pretty well that our country has a lot of potential. So how that potential could be reaped? Let me tell you one very important, I think, challenge, or the how that challenge could be converted into the opportunity. So Are you hearing me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Now we are hearing you.
Okay, I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
Had lost you for
What
some
is
time.
Yes, sir.
happening?
Now
Yes,
you
sir.
are audible.
Now this is fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
so
sir.
sorry. Sorry. So let's. I think we are depending on technology. Sometime technology teaches us. I think so. We should be ready in all ways. Hence, it is said that now we need to take our study or transaction hybrid or blended way. So we cannot depend completely on online. So sometimes, yeah, we all know that. So let me now proceed further. So we are talking about higher education and society, how higher education is going to determine the fate of any society, how higher education is going to become the catalyst for the development and transformation of the society. Let us proceed that I was talking about. Hope you are listening me. Okay? So
Yes,
what
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
Yes, sir.
basically
Yes, sir.
kindly mute your
Yes, sir.
mic. When you wish to say something, then you unmute your mic. Otherwise, there will be disturbance in the way. So what basically, and you can put your video on. There is no problem. That will be very encouraging for me also if you put your video on. So
Yes,
what?
sir. Yes, sir.
So if possible, then you can put your video on. That will be quite encouraging for me. If you like, and for me, I think it is better if you put your video on so that I could see your face and your facial expression. Otherwise, it is giving the impression to me that just I am talking to the screen. So thank you so much for making your video on. So what basically I was talking that I think just I would like to put it before you the larger picture of our own country, of our own society. And definitely we will just replicate for the global society as a whole. So what basically we are passing through the stage of demographic dividend. So when we talk of demographic dividend means we are living in the country of India, which is having the benefit of demographic dividend. Means we are having a bulk of the young population or the young population that is estimated to be around two-thirds, means more than 66%. So we have a great opportunity. Why I have said that many of us are having the impression that when we talk of the population, means India has replaced China in terms of the population. So India is now considered to be the most populous country on the earth. So all of a sudden, it goes to our mind that population is a big problem. Population is the only evils through which everything is being stopped. But there is a silver lining that is existing. This is what I am interested to point it out or flag it out to you, all of you. Means we are having a lot of working population. So it is the duty of our own system and of course the teacher to convert this population, means this working age population into the category of what we human capital or the human resource. So this working population, if we work, and how it could be done? It could be done by providing education, training, skills, and of course welfare of the population. So once we will do it, I think the same working population could be converted into the human capital. So we will become a big pool of human capital or the resources. I am giving you one example to just make my argument a little bit stronger. That very recently, I think on the basis of the latest data, IBC, India has received 125 billion US dollars in terms of the remittances. And we all understand the value, importance, significance of the remittances. So India has left China far behind in terms of the receipt of the remittance. And this is all happened on account of the outflow of the human capital to different parts of the world. Means our Indians our Indian labor, our workforce is working in different parts of the, especially to extended neighborhood that is called West Asia. More than 9 million, means now more than 90 lakhs, approximately 1 crore Indian labor is working in the Gulf countries or the GCC countries or in West Asia. And of course, not only in West Asia, even our workforce or our manpower is also working in United States of America, Canada, Australia, and many more countries. So they are remitting a huge remittance to India, and that money is being used for the development and growth of this nation. And we all know that India needs it. Why India needs it? Because we have the target. We have the vision to make our country or see our country into the category of the developed nation. And there's a roadmap for that. One of the roadmap or the factors of the roadmap is the national education policy. As we all know that education is one of the greatest factors or greatest tools through which any country can be developed, or any country can be make better off in terms of many things. In order to develop our own economy, I think education is going to play a role. Our education always has played a very significant, that of even particularly higher education. And here I would like to share with you that India, if you see the India's education system, it is considered to be one of the largest, third largest system. India is having the third largest system, higher education system in the world. It stands just after United States of America and China. So, of course, when we talk of in terms of the size, it is one of the largest. But when you talk of the quality, again, there is serious gaps. There is serious problem in terms of pedagogy, in terms of what we call it research. So we are not producing in terms of research as prominently, as big, as much as United States of America and many China or many countries are doing. So we need to play our role. If we want to make our country a great nation, a great country in the sense that developed country, we need to do a lot of things. And as an educationist, as an intellectual, society is expecting a lot from our part, and society has done a lot of responsibility. Now it is the responsibility of the teacher to work very hard, and of course we are doing, but we need to play rather more role, because our role has been considered as one of the very important one. So giving this kind of background, I think already I have told you that what are the challenges. Challenges like we need to ensure quality. We need to enhance quality in higher education. That is, I think, the fourth or third, I think, sustainable development goal, aims and objectives. And if we are going to do it, definitely it is going to have the good impact and positive impact, or the like inequality, gender equality is going to be addressed. As it is said, let me tell you that not only quality is a concern, but other concern is to expand the education system. Education means to make the education access to everybody or to all. So far, if you see the status of higher education in our own country, I think by virtue of course, making a concerted effort, we have reached the level of 25 or 26% gross enrollment ratio is there today. If you see the requirement is endless, in the sense that if you see the status of GER in the United States of America, developed countries like US and the European Union society, I think it is tremendous. In case of the United States of America, I think it is estimated to be in the range of 85 to 90% GER. And it is rightly said in our national education policy that by 2035, we need to increase gross enrollment ratio to 50%. Today, 25, 26%. So we need to work so that access to education, expansion to education, providing education to many, has become the need of the
Yes,
day.
ma'am.
Again, can I request my friends, those who have joined this course, to kindly mute their mics, otherwise there will be disturbance. So can I request, please? Yes, thank you so much. So what basically I am arguing means 50%. So for the last, let me put it some of the how this is problematic. For the last 75 years or 76, 77 years, means since independence, if we see the journey and the gross enrollment ratio, 15, 20 years before, it was just 10%. So now we have reached the level of 26, 27%. So now it is the mandate of this national education policy to make it. So already we have been struggling about ensuring quality in higher education. The other challenge which steps in is the excess in quantity. Quality along with the quantity have become a big challenge for our own nation, for our own country. And it is a well-known fact that without ensuring the quality in education as a whole, or even welfare of the health, means these are the two sectors that need to be addressed very urgently and very prominently. To which if you see the situation, I think these two sectors have been neglected. Since independence, it has been neglected, and today it is being neglected. Let me tell you, I think so. It's the responsibility of all of us to come together, come with our own ideas, come with our own findings as how to address these challenges so that we could contribute much more in the progress and development of the society or in the journey of achieving this Vikshit Bharat or the developed nation. So teacher has to play a very, we all teachers have to play a very profound and significant role. Hence, this kind of policy, this kind of training has been organized so that we could recharge ourselves or we could motivate ourselves. So the whole idea behind this kind of program is to motivate, to provide motivation to all of us. Hence, it is said that everybody will do. Even senior professor would must do these programs in EP orientation and sensitization. So with the help of experts, with the help of scholars or the academicians, I think 8 themes have been identified by these scholars. And it is said that let us discuss these 8 themes or these 8 themes. So we all know that like education and society. So what is the role of education in the progress and development of society, to which I am discussing. And I got to know that leadership, governance, and management has already been covered. So many things like how holistic and multidisciplinary education is important. Means now we have been talking about compartmentalization of education. So now the whole idea is now how we can think in the integrated manner. And of course, ICT, like in information communication technology, skill development, and of course, a student diversity and inclusive education. These are the, according to my understanding, you must be aware, or you must agree with me that these themes, these issues, these challenges need to be elaborated. And I'm sure that you would have many questions, and definitely I would love, rather, I am extremely glad to take up your questions and your observations at the end of the deliberation. And I will stop around, we will have the middle level intermission interval at 4:30 or 4:15, so that you could have the respite and you could come with your own question. Then thereafter, we'll have the break for 10-15 minutes, and then we will take up the second spell of our deliberation. So what basically my argument is to discuss with you how education, or that to higher education, has played an important role. And we will take the empirical evidence from that. What is the potential power of higher education? We will like to understand different theories, different models, and then we will try to implement the same in our own society. so that we could see that our society would be free from gender inequality. So we will move in the direction of gender equality, gender sensitivity. So many issues are there. Those sections of the society who are left out, to which we all are talking of as how to provide access to education means. And here again, I would like to just highlight some of the important issues within that. As we are saying or claiming that we are having the gross enrollment ratio of 26-27%. So don't you think that there is a serious catch, there is serious problem even within that? Means ours is a society which is divided, differentiated on many grounds. Like other society, let me tell you, I don't have any inhibition to say. But see, as we are saying that this 26% is not all inclusive. I mean, those who are privileged in our own society, their children are only included. Means even the women who constitute 50% of the total population, national population, their presence is not, I think, encouraging and not up to that mark. So we need to see and what will happen to those sections of the society who are called a deprived sections of the society. So the problem is in terms of gender, problem in terms of the social category, problems in the term of urban-rural division. Means though ours is a country which is called a country of villages, majority of the population still lives in the rural areas. And and all these educational institutions to which we all have established in our own country, they all are, majority of them mostly are located in urban areas. So rural people, helpless rural people are not able to send their children for acquiring education. So again, there's a problem in terms of all these dimensions. So we as a teacher must understand as how to walk in the direction of inclusivity. How we can walk so that we can think of inclusive India, inclusive society, inclusive education, inclusive even gross enrollment ratio. Means this is not inclusive. Means many sections of the society, deprived sections of the society are still left. So we should not only think to just achieve the target of 50%. This is not going to solve the problem. So unless until we take all these gender into account, social category into account, rural people into the account, we cannot think of a better India or what we call it, new India or whatever slogan we will have. So unless we need to have an inclusive society, equitable society. For that, we need to include everybody. We need to bring each and every section of the society into the mainstream or into the mainstream. Then we can think, and that is the role of, and that is the responsibility and the duty of the intellectuals like all of us. So we need to think. We need to work in all these issues so that we could be able to highlight all these issues, and that would have the policy implication. Hence, I said that we need to make by our own wisdom, by our own experience, because we are the practitioners. We are practicing education. We are transacting knowledge to the students. And it is also said that whatever we are producing today, I think majority of them are unemployable. So there's a big mismatch between labor market, means requirement of the labor market, and whatever we are producing. So we need to connect. Means academia, there should be a great linkages, strong linkages between the academia and industry. We need to understand the requirement of the industry, not today and tomorrow, even day after tomorrow. Means even what will happen and what would be the requirement of industry after 10 or 15 years down the line. So we can guide and we can give the direction to the universe, to the industry. Yes, your requirement would be this much and this kind of job and this kind of occupation would be there after 15 years down the line. So you should be ready. This is the function of the higher education. This is the function of the intellectuals like all of us. And society is expecting this kind of guidelines. Means it is said that destiny maker. So how we are going to create the destiny for our own society, for our own country, for our own nation, then we can do well, and we can shine, and we can feel proud of our own, and our generation, coming generation, will feel proud of us. So taking that spirit into the mind, we need to work. So giving this kind of background, and here again, I would like to bring out that, as I said, that in case of United States, it's a developed country, no doubt about it. If you see the status of the European countries, again, the GER is very significant, means in case of Germany, it has crossed 70%. And in case of France, 65%, 62, 63% in case of United Kingdom. But we are just still hovering around 25, 26%. And if you see the global gross enrollment ratio, even this is very good, 27 to 25%, 27 to 35% of the global gross enrollment ratio. So we stand nowhere. So we need to work. Not only as a faculty, means when we talk of the amelioration and improvement of higher education as a system, we need to work many other, and we need to see the development, professional development of many other stakeholders. Like even, let me tell you, state, as I said that these two sectors have been badly ignored, means education and the health in our own country and for all times. So I think we are not in a position to afford to ignore any further. So we need to give the attention of education as a whole, and along with health. If you see the case, South Korea is a glaring example. In case of South Korea, they have achieved the target of 94, 95% gross enrollment ratio. It's a developed country. They have developed. Vietnam and many countries. And in case of them, I think if you see the GDP expenditure, I think it is good, 8%. And for the last 45 years, we have been only talking that 6% of the GDP would go for education. In the first national education policy, when it got enacted way back in 1968, many recommendations were there. It was also implemented. So one of them was to make a expenditure of 6% of our GDP, but it didn't happen in 68 and thereafter. Again, when we had the policy of last national education policy in 86, again, same thing was reiterated that 6% of the GDP would be for education. What happened? Again, it made the same thing. And it is very interesting to share with you that again, in 2020, I think when the policy was formulated, so again, this statistics, 6% GDP has been repeated. And if you see, I think we have never crossed, and I have never seen that we have crossed 3%. And right now, I think it is 2.5% only for the entire, not only for higher education I am talking about, for as a whole education. Yeah, latest budget, if you see, 2.5% only has been earmarked for education. So one factor means state is also the very important. Take the example of other one, those who belong to the top level, means vice chancellor, means top level management. Again, there is a serious problem on that. I think you must have come across the report. It is said that all these higher education institutions are not in the right, means the vice chancellor or the educational heads were not up to the mark. I'm not saying, I think I'm saying on the basis of some of the reports prepared or undertaken by the University Grants Commission. So Government of India took the initiative, just I'm saying, Government of India took in 2008 to hold the LEAP program, Leadership Academician program, so that we can prepare the academics, those who are holding the position of administration, academic administration and teaching and research for at least 10 years, and they would have substantial research. So they would be given the chance to undergo this kind of LEAP program. And it was on the expectation that if they join, if after doing this, if they become the vice chancellor or the directors, they will take the university or the higher education institutions into the right direction. So many efforts have been made by government of India. We cannot deny, but we need to have many more, so that we can catch up and we can bring these institutions at par with the other developed nations, like in University of Cambridge, Oxford, Stanford, and many more. And we all know that when the ranking takes place, means when at the global level, higher education institutions are ranked. Sometimes 2 or 3 institutions, sometimes 0, sometimes like that. So at least 20, 30 higher education must figure out of 100 or 200. So this is our, I think, aims and objectives. This should be our aims and objectives, as how to make or how to elevate our academic institutions, that so that they could come at par with that one. So giving this kind of, why I am talking, so that we can understand the larger picture. Then let me now discuss with you about some of the things with my PPT. So you give me a minute so that I could open my slide to discuss with you. I hope this is audible to you. दिख रहा है? Hello.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is visible, I guess. Okay. So let me now go a further. So we will now discuss with these PowerPoints so that everything should be clear. So here, I think just I have brought some of the, I think, philosophical things. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can, or we can use to change the world. I think great persons have said, I'm just reiterating, beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. Means if I have the money, it could be stolen. If I have something, I think that could be taken away from me. But the education, vidya, what we call it, what is called siksha, it can, once you are educated, once we are educated, once someone educated, it cannot be taken away. So see the beauty. I think really it's a beautiful thing. Education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. So why we are working? See the case, what is happening in West Asia. This is, and even in case of Russia and Ukraine, what is happening? Very bad thing. When we see, when we observe, when we think that we are talking and we feel ashamed of ourselves. In 21st century, we are living in 21st century, and we are talking a lot about to eradicate poverty, because poverty is considered to be is a blot on humanity or international community, that too in 21st century. So is the case of what is the ultimate peace, ultimate aim and objective of the society, or the progressive society or intellectual society, to peace. So we all are ultimately working in order to bring peace in the society. If inequality is there, so inequality, there is a contradiction between inequality and peace. Both cannot go hand in hand. Same is the case of challenges, or like many things. Yeah, poverty is there. If poverty is anywhere, we should not claim, we can never claim that we must be considered the most civilized people in 21st century. So unless until we will be able to bring stability ultimately at the global level, at the national level, at the global, at the local level, we cannot think. If we are educated, definitely we should not go for war, we should not go for fight, we should not go for all. This is not the sermon. This is the fact of life. If we are living and we are just uh, uh, creating a lot of problems for others and fighting like anything. See the case of in West Asia, Israel and Hamas is the bad is how many how human devastation is taking place in that. So it is completely contradictory to the humanity. It is completely in contrast with the I think what we call the equity, and all that. On one hand, we are talking to eradicate poverty. On one hand, we are talking to discuss or resolve the problem of climate change. On one hand, we are talking of bringing equality, gender sensitivity, and social equity, and on the other hand, we are fighting and like that. So this is not the function of education. Taking this issue into the mind, I think let us move on to. So what is basically the mission of or the objectives and the philosophy of higher education? Let us try to understand in some ways what is the philosophy? Why education is important, especially the higher education? We all have seen as a whole, what is the purpose of higher education? To bring peace, to eradicate poverty. So this is the thing to which we all are there. So far as the case of higher education is concerned, I think four pillars are there. What is this? I think function of the university and college is to create knowledge, to come with new ideas, new knowledge, new invention, new discoveries. And of course, unless until we try to seek truth. What is truth actually? So I think it has been rightly said that what Noam Chomsky has said, the function of the intellectual is to tell the lies and expose the lies and bring the truth. What he said. So taking that in the sense, our job is to negate falseness, to negate untruth, and to bring the truth. And that is science. And promoting how it could be done. So we need to, and the function of the university, higher education institution is to create or cultivate or inculcate critical thinking. Means whatever I am saying, I'm just saying that you don't take whatever, take it as it is what I am saying. You try to just challenge me. You try to see whether I am saying something which is right or wrong. So I'm conserving culture, civilization. So these are the four philosophy and four pillars on which higher education is based on. So let us go a little bit further. Just a second, please. Yes, the role of higher education in the society. So what is the role of higher education? Because on one hand, education, especially higher education, on the other hand, society. So if you see, higher education is the determining factor. Means independent factor, society is what we call a determining factor. So if the status of higher education is going to be good, better, and better, definitely it is going to have a positive impact on the society. Society will, I think we can think of inequality will vanish, or even those who are socialist, those who belong to the socially disadvantaged sections of the society, I think it is going to address. So if you see these three issues, if you ask me, to which higher education in society addresses, is first is changing world. The world is changing like anything. Change is extremely fast. Means what is today, whatever relevant is today to which we all are thinking, tomorrow it would become obsolete. See the magic of development, this scientific development that is taking place. So it is having a direct impact. So we need to change ourselves. We need to adapt ourselves according to time, place, and condition. See, we have learned a great deal during the pandemic. So any catastrophe, any disaster which comes, I think if we become, I think sometimes we become wiser and wiser, taking the adversity into the mind, taking adversity into the learning as a lesson. I think we learn a great deal as how to compete, how to overcome the challenges or adversity. So this, what we call it, this problem, pandemic has devastated the entire. But we came with our own idea, with our own wisdom that yes, we will teach our students or transact our knowledge sitting in our own home. See the beauty of that one. So it is nothing but the outcome of this online, and our online become very popular. And I think otherwise, I don't know how many of you have joined. But if it is face to face, of course, it would have much more impact. But the problem would be the space, economy, space, and everything. But now, comfortably, we are connecting to each other and we are learning from each other. So, this is the outcome of the development and scientific and technological development. How we are going to use this technological development for the benefit of the society. On the other hand, this is also true that sometimes we misuse the technology to devastate the world. It is happening in case of two wars which are still going on. So this is the blot on the humanity. This is very devastating for all of us. So second is about what are the purposes of higher education we need to discuss, and five key roles we will discuss in greater details. So we are discussing what kind of potential the higher education is having in order to bring a change in the society. So let us proceed a little bit further. So I have discussed with you that the world is changing very rapidly on account of globalization. That leads to rise of international trade, finance, transfer of technology, human mobility, and the role of media. So here I would like to discuss with you that why don't we take the advantage of this globalization? Globalization has brought a lot of negative things, but many positive things are also connected. If we prepare our students in such a way that they could become compatible to not only to the national market, but in even the global market. So they can be engaged and their services could be used anywhere. So even our nation is going to be benefited, as we are witnessing that we are getting a lot of remittance, inflow of the remittance on account of the outflow of our human capital. So our resources are our human capital, our human resource. So we need to we need to reap the benefits of this demographic dividend. And we have seen many countries, especially in East Asia, we all know the Asian tigers. So they have taken the benefit when they had the opportunity, of demographic dividend. So now demographic dividend has come to us. And mind you, this demographic dividend is not going to stay for all times to come. I think this will all be over by 2055. So thereafter, we will talk of old age category people, not demographic dividend. So it will become, so if we will not translate, if we will not reap the benefits of this, I think we should be ready to face the consequences of old age people. Because at that time, as other case, in case of even Japan and European countries, I think these countries are facing. You need to provide social security over there. But here is an opportunity to translate them into the working age group, means what we call it human capital, and we can supply to any parts of the world. Of course, our requirements are also in huge way, means we need to grow by more than 8 to 9%. So many economists have come with the idea that if we want to realize the vision of Vikshit Bharat by 2047, I think we need to grow to 8%. For that, we need human capital, we need human resource, we need capital. Many things are important. We need to eradicate poverty, we need to create equality among different social categories, social groups. On many, and we need to deal with the gender sensitivity or gender equality. So many issues are there. So how we all are going to tackle is again very, very important. So what is basically the purposes of higher education that need to be discussed by all of you. So purposes, we all know the role played by institution in society are shaped by purposes and the goals. So what kind of requirement we are having, we need to, and who will tell this? Who will come with the idea that what is the requirement? In our own society. Society differs from one to another. So what kind of requirement is there in the European society? That is different. What is the requirement of our own Indian society? So many things are there. Our inequality, our social disparity are entirely different. So who will come with the specific possible solutions? We as a teacher need to come with our own specific solution for our own nation, for our own country. Then I think it will work. So this is again very important, as higher education is a rich culture and scientific asset. So it is considered higher education. Why we are talking and why we are saying that we need to grow or we need to achieve the target of 50%, because we need to provide education, higher education to majority of the population. Then I think we can think of a stable society, or there will be no any kind of stress. So in that sense, if we create higher education, has the potential to convert this population, working age population, into the capital, human capital, and we need to do. Means this higher education also promotes exchange of knowledge, as we are exchanging research, innovation, and equips students with needed to meet our changing labor market. It is the viability in the domain of higher education, that what kind of role and what kind of requirement is there. So according to seeing the situation, we need to change our syllabus, and we change. And this has already been happening in other countries. So I think it is well said that it is a passport to economic security and a stable future. If anybody wants, or any society wants, unless until we provide education, higher education skills to the majority of the young population, we cannot think of peaceful society, a stable society, and we will not deal with the unemployment. And of course, unemployment is one of the very important or immediate need of the society. So if unemployment will be rate of unemployment will rise in any country unexpectedly, definitely society will not be in the stable condition. So we need to contain inflation, we need to contain unemployment, we need to do many things. So that is basically the job of a teacher, or the responsibility of all of us to play our role. So these are what is the role of higher education, taking this thing into the mind. Already I have discussed with you that even it varies. The role of higher education is not similar for every society. So for that matter, we need to understand the environment, social situation. Means, as we all know that our CJ society, which is called as a caste and plus caste and class, both the things are there. So how we are going to address? So whatever the tools and the techniques available in the West, I think same thing is not going to be applicable. We need to retune, we need to modify, then we, hello? Can I request, some of my friends have already opened or unmuted their mic audio. So I am requesting them. I am earnestly request, because it creates a lot of problems, hindrance. So So the role of higher education cannot be understood in isolation. The higher education must necessarily intersect and effectively engage with the economic and social challenges at the local, national, regional, continental, and the global levels. So very important points higher education is going to address means socio-economic challenges and the condition we need to understand at the university level, at the community level, at the national level. Then accordingly we need to make our. So what are the challenges basically? The challenges are imperatives of economic growth and the development and ability to compete globally, job creation and reduction and elimination of unemployment. Okay, so let me explain it to you that it is said that of course roadmap is there, Vikshit Bharat developed nation, but already we have discussed about what kind of a strategy we are going to, how we will strategize so that we can offer and we can understand the socio-economic situation and the condition. So all these things must be taken into account. Then we will be able to understand the role and the responsibility of higher education. So what are the challenges that need to be understood by all of us, all the teachers? Many times and every time we learn a social justice, social equity. So when we discuss of our own society, equity and redress becomes very, very important, social equity. And of course, here again, it is also very important. Democratization of state and the society. I think it is expected that this could be only done if we raise the standard or if we make the education in a better way. I think then we can think. As today, let me tell you, all these concepts and notions are not separate. These all are interconnected or interwoven. Take our own or the developing country democracy. I think we need to do a lot. Sometimes people say, especially in developing countries or more specifically in South Asia, our democracy is electoral democracy. Sometimes it is said that, and not only that, it is also said that it is a nascent democracy. So if we talk democracy as an institution, state is an institution, society as, because it is all inclusive in society. So if a state, how a state, what kind of role a state is going to play, so that democracy could be strengthened. So many social institutions, political institutions are in place in any country. If they all are going to be reinforced, they all are going to be strengthened, definitely that will also lead to the development of other institutions. So it becomes very important that it is the function of a higher education to strengthen all these, like whatever the things. Let's take the example of even judiciary and everything. I think this could be only strengthened. Democracy, judiciary, citizenship, they all are going to be strengthened if the status of higher education, if the quality of education, or more specifically, higher education is going to be in a better way. Building up a culture of human rights, creating a vibrant civil society, promoting culture of vigorous and critical. So, may I request my friend?
ये दाहिने है हाँ खुशी ये सीपीएस की है हाँ ये सीपी
Are you hearing me, please? Dear friends, just you give me your feedback. Hearing me? Are you hearing me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are
Yes,
able
sir.
to hear.
Yes, sir.
Ask your friend that they should unmute. They should mute their mic. I think this is very disgusting and very disturbing. I think they should keep their audio also put off. Okay, let us proceed further. So we are talking about. इनको पता नहीं है क्या कि मतलब ये ऑफ करना. They don't know how to just keep their audio off. Just request them to keep their audio off, please. and listen to us. I'm just talking to you. I'm earnestly requesting you to just have your attention. Because we are connected to each other online. It has its own demerit, no doubt. But I think we also see the merit and advantage of this kind of situation, that we are comfortably listening to each other. So kindly unmute. So it would be very good, and it would be, I think, good in taste also. We all are intellectuals, we all are teachers. So we must, I think, support this kind of venture. So building of a culture of humor. So if you see in nutshell, what I would like to tell you that the challenges, whatever the challenges are there, social, I think, issue of inequality, issue of poverty, issue of all these things, all social ills and evils could be eradicated if we are going to create the healthy culture of education or research. I think research, what do we do with the help of research? Basically, we identify certain issues, and yeah, we experiment that how these issues could be eradicated from the society. Some of the economists, some of the research scholars also are working as how to remove or reduce poverty and unemployment. So these all things are happening in the domain of higher education. So society, if we wish to make a society a better society, equitable society, then we need to raise the standard, we need to raise the quality of education. And here the role of a teacher is quite significant. Just have a look on this. It is interesting to note the higher education must also be guided and embedded specific principles. What are the principles and the values? If you see, whatever we have done. So these are every society wants equity and quality. Social development is also the aims and the objectives of society. Democratization. When we talk of democracy, democracy is a process. It is not an one-time event. If we take our own society of our own country, I think again democracy, or any for that matter, democracy is ongoing process. If every institution, political, social institutions are being strengthened, it means it is going to reinforce, it is going to develop democracy in a better way, or in a robust way. So democratization of society is an ongoing process. It will go on. So if freedom is there, if equality is there, education is there, these all things are going to strengthen, re-strengthen the process of democracy. Means democratization of society, democratization of polity. Academic freedom again is, unless until we have the freedom to do our job, to do our responsibility objectively, I think again there will be problem. Means higher education cannot walk in true sense of the term. Institutional autonomy means we have been talking effectiveness and efficiency and public accountability. So these are the principles that has to be guided by higher education. Not only this, it is also the specific principles. These are the principles which has been again reinforced by higher education. Hence, it is my response, it is my urge and I think argument that higher education, the standard of higher education, the quality of higher education must be raised, must be elevated to the extent. See the case of status of higher education in developed countries. The status is definitely better off as compared to the developing countries. So everything goes, all these institutions go hand in hand. So how we are going to elevate our higher education, because we are talking of developed nation by 2047, that time is not far off. Hardly two decades are left and to realize the demographic dividend, to reap the benefits of the demographic. These all issues are interwoven. So here we need to work. And let us now go a little bit further. So already we know. So what are the key roles of higher education in a nutshell? So just have a look on this. I think it is like, these are the five key roles of higher education. If you see already whatever I have discussed with you, so that could be precisely said, that could be candidly said, that cultivation of highly educated personality, people, or it can also be said that the human capital, the creation of human capital and the human resource, it is one of the role that is to be played by higher education. Second one is strengthen research and the scholarship. Means the role of higher education is not only to create the highly educated persons, but also to make research and understand the problem through the scholarship. So developing research and the scholarship is also the very important roles that would be played by the higher education. Engagement with the intellectual and the cultural life of society. It is said that engagement with the intellectual and the cultural life means debate and discussion. I think a seminar is being organized. Even today, what we are doing? Basically, we have been engaged to each other. I am just talking to you now. It is your right to challenge me, to contest me. Whatever I am showing is not final. And beauty of the social science is nothing final. Everything is tentative. Whatever the theories have been propounded by many scholars, many theories have been neglected or rejected. I am just giving you one example. If you see in 1840s, means in the middle of 19th century, you must have heard about the person who brought this is a great man theory. He brought great man theory. Basically, he was of the opinion that what we call a leadership or the teachership, and means the leaders are born. But he gave the argument at that time, leaders are born. But after a certain period, many theories came with, and they negated his theory. They said, no, teachers, even teachers and the leaders are not born. They are created by the society. They are created by the situation, contingency, many things are there. Of course, innate quality is there, but it is sharpened, means skills. I think unless until we have the discussion. So here, one of the topic I think that is for the discussion is academic leadership or the leadership. So leadership is also what kind of quality a leader is having, and that quality could be brought or cultivated or inculcated with the rightful kind of training. So training becomes very important, or the education becomes very important. If I know everything, if I say it means I know nothing. So in this very fluid situation, or in this transitory situation, nobody can play. So here it becomes very hard work, as it is no alternative to hard work. So by virtue of hard work, by virtue of our own mission or our ambition, let me tell you, I think we can acquire anything. We can acquire, people go to different parts of the world for acquiring education, for acquiring training, and they become better one. So we cannot say that leaders are always born. So it's not the case. Leaders are born, leaders are created also, leaders are also shaped. Leadership is also shaped by the society. So this, just see, we all are discussing, means we all are being trained. We all have been getting a training, or we are sharpening our skills. So skills become very important, and skills, where does it doesn't come from the blue. It comes from the society. It comes from by the interaction. So when you discuss, when you are going to make a research, you are going to understand, and if you share your knowledge, if share your research, new findings, definitely I'm going to be learn. So is the case with this. So any theory, anything, nothing is final. Let me tell you. So engagement with the intellectual and cultural life of the society, the third function, and of course, democracy and citizenship could be only strengthened when the role of higher education becomes very positive. If the societies, and let me tell you, I think I have no any vision to say, if education, if our society or any society is going to be educated, definitely democracy is going to be strengthened. Citizenship, what is our right as a citizen, We need to understand. So this democracy and citizenship goes in hand, or both are can reinforce to each other. Development needs and the challenges. So these are the 5 goals or the roles of higher education. Higher education plays in any society for that matter, broadly speaking. So let us proceed further. I think as I said to you that I will have the break, we will have the break, and then I will take up some of the question, and then I think, yes, I think if you have any question, I think I will feel extremely glad to take up your questions, and thereafter we will discuss. Yes, please. What I am expecting you that you kindly put up the question, please. ये किधर से ये होता है? Are you hearing me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, just I am stopping here so that
Yes,
I could
sir.
take up some of the questions. Kindly unmute your video, audio as well. So I need some question, and then we will move on. Thereafter, we'll have the break, and then we will move on to the other aspects. Because already I have talked, so even I have given some of the reference addressing our own country's issues. But now I'm going to discuss about Indian situation. With the empirical evidence, I will discuss what we could do, what we are doing, what we should do to make our life or make our society a better society, how our society, our nation can compete in terms of education, and how we can walk in this direction to bring our higher education at par with other institutions around the world. We'll discuss. Yes, please. कोई question पूछिए आपने. So feel free to ask the question. My topic is, again, I'm telling you, two factors: higher education and society. What kind of role higher education is playing, and what kind of role we are expecting from higher education that would play in order to promote society, in order to bring equality in the society, in order to give peace and stability in the society. And higher education is very, very important. So according to your understanding, according to your perception, what is your take? Yes, please. आप बिल्कुल फ्री फील करें, क्वेश्चन पूछें, अपना कमेंट्स दें, ऑब्जर्वेशन दें. Yes, please. कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है? जी प्लीज. एनी क्वेश्चन प्लीज. कितने लोग हैं? It is showing 55, 85. So if you don't have the question, can we have the break for some time? Yes, please. Can we have the break? बोलिए उधर से.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
15 minutes. Let's
Yes, sir.
let us have tea. Let us have tea, and then we will proceed further. ठीक है? I'm just putting it. Okay. So after 10 to 15.
नाही जास्त नाही झालं बोलत
Hello. Hello. अच्छा ये तो कितना
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yes, can we start now?
Yes, sir, you can start.
Yeah, I think I am requesting
Thank
to all of you कि आप लोग क्वेश्चन पूछें, then if any question is there, I will address the question, then we'll move on to that one. Or shall I finish it off and then you ask the question? बताएं आप लोग, it's up to you, please. If you have any question, I think you can ask me, otherwise we will move on to the second part. And again, I will give you at least 10-15 minutes for your question. It is fine, I guess?
Yes, sir. It is fine.
हाँ, चलिए फिर हम लोग बात ही कर ले पहले and then we will move on to hope it is audible. दिख रहा है ये? ठीक है, this is fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is fine.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. It
So-
is reasonable.
Yes, sir, yes.
Can I put it on presentable form or this is okay?
This is okay, sir.
This is like
Okay,
this
sir.
or a previous one. So let us now discuss in Indian context. So already I have tried to highlight the different aspects and the role, responsibility, philosophy of higher education. What kind of issues it is being addressed by higher education. So basically it is nothing but the research and generation of new ideas, new perspective. It happens and it is expected in the domain of higher education. Means society is going to be progressive. Society will get a lot of benefit in terms of development, in terms of progress, in terms of reducing inequality, in terms of doing any social evil, to doing away of any social evils. So it all comes from the sector of higher education as a whole, but more particularly higher education. Because in the domain of tertiary education, we start taking different issues and challenges in order to understand in the rightful manner, in the scientific manner, in the objective manner. And we also try to give the possible solutions to the problems like unemployment, like poverty, like inequality, like climate change, or anything for that matter, or any critical issues. We try to understand with the help of higher education. And already we have discussed about what kind of impact the globalization has made it in higher education. So we all know that now the whole world is globalized, and higher education is also connected. Means the sector of higher education in India is it will be benefited or can be benefited with the sector of higher education in any country of the world. As your university, my university, and all these 800 universities which are established in our own country have the connection, have the MOU with different universities or the higher education in different countries as a whole. So we know that. So this is the benefit because we can learn from each other. What basically we do, we learn from each other. Whatever the best practices which is happening anywhere, we try to take. We often go to different university as while introducing my CV by your our learned colleague. So he has said that he has gone to different countries or different institutions. Why I have gone? So is the case with many of you. So we go over there and see the changes, see the educational pattern, see the educational vibrancy. We see the academic elasticity, or we see the course curriculum. We try to engage with the faculty there. We try to engage with the administrative staff there. And in a way, we learn a great deal. After getting back from there, we try to implement the same in our own academic institutions. So it is the off-sided and the other role of interacting. So now it is the age of collaboration. So now it is said, and we have the MOU, we have the academic collaboration. So in the academic collaboration, we exchange the faculty, we exchange the ideas, we exchange the students also. So why do we do so? So that we could learn from each other, implement for making a society a better society. Whatever the society is today, I think let us think that tomorrow's society will be better as compared to today and yesterday. So that should be the spirit, and that is the power, that is the stamina the higher education is having. See, it is nothing, means this online and PowerPoint presentation or like that. We have basically innovated. We have invented all this technology, teaching technology. So we could have never thought of this kind of exercise pedagogy 100 years or 50 years before. So see, in this 21st century, we all are sitting at our own places of learning and we are exchanging our ideas. So now today, see, changes are extremely rapid. Now we are talking of chat GPT and artificial intelligence. How artificial intelligence is going to, and of course, in many sectors, problems are going to be very serious. Means the skills to which we all are having, we need to change our skills. We need students would be having a different kind of skills. Even pandemic has brought a lot of disaster, a lot of challenges, and we have learned a great deal on account of the challenges posed by the pandemic. So how we can make our system a better system so that we could excel and we could compete, and we can produce our students and the coming generation so that they would become the big asset for the nation. So that is the spirit, that is the benefit of globalization. So how we are going to take globalization in the positive direction, despite all these issues. See how technology is being misused and abused. See in the war, in 2 wars which are going on, they are using the technology and everything. I think you must have seen this today, pager war, I think bomb. So see, this is devastating. I think we are misusing and abusing the technology in Lebanon. You have just seen page war, I think bomb, pager bomb. So many things are there. So I think same technology could be used for the humanity, for the progress of humanity, or enhancing the, I think, welfare of the humanity. And the same thing could be used for making the disaster or bringing the disaster in the society. So I think both the sides are there. Same the case is the globalization. Globalization has brought all the people, has brought all the countries together. If you see, this is my understanding, that even the resources, if you see, available to the entire world, and if you assess whatever the population is there, I think we will be able to eradicate poverty, inequality. I think resources are enough, good enough. Let me tell you, nobody will suffer. No one will suffer today on account of the lack of food security. So here the problem is, I think the whole world is divided into different countries or a region like that. So we must think beyond that, in the sense that we need to serve the humanity. If we think like that, I think many problems will be cropped up. We all know that in many countries are highly advanced, highly developed. So if you see the poverty in that country, that would be very marginal or minuscule. But take the example of South Asian countries, take the example of African country in the continent of Africa. Many countries are there. So starvation of death means food security is a serious challenge. Means people are not even able to get the bare or minimum level of subsistence. So this kind of situation is there. So again, I will say I will share with you. It is the blot on the humanity. Means it is ashamed of all of us. So we all should think in that direction as how to make a society a better society over there. No inequality, no any kind of social justice would take place. This is you must be wondering, this is the ideal situation. But we must take ideal situation as a role model, as a goal. And we should work. In this scenario, I think this is why I have said that. Because whatever the things are available, resources, physical resources are available to the humanity or to the country, I think we will be able to feed each and every person who are born today, who are born over here. I think we as a teacher, we as a academic fraternity must think in this direction. And this is the true sense of the term, the spirit of teacher. Teacher means we are not confined to a particular region, caste, community, religion. Our religion, our dharma is to serve the humanity. And we have how we can use the demand and supply. So whatever the resources are there, if we will be able to use the resources for the benefit of the humanity, for the benefit of the nation, I think we can do it. And that is the thing we need to discuss over here, as we are saying that Indian higher education institutions are to equip students with the competencies necessary to thrive in the globalized economy. So in global economy, as we are today, it's a global polity, global economy, global society. So now we are talking. If you see one university that is located in Delhi, I think many more university would be there. I think one department is the Department of Global Study. The name of the department is Global Study. Department of Global Study, not the Department of Economics, not Department of Political Science, not Department of over here. And when I was being introduced, it was said by our learned colleague that I am today in the department, not department and center or department of West Asian Studies. Means West Asia is a region which is very, very important. I think that is known by known as the Middle East. It is also called as Arab world. And that region is very fortunate to have a lot of mineral resources like oil and gas. So their economy is completely dependent on, and they supply oil and gas to the entire world. So as we all know that, since I am the student of IA, International Studies today, because my background is economics, sociology, and everything I've been, and I have also been trained in the center, in your center, to which you MMTC, previously it was called HRDC and University Grants Commission. So my approach to understand the world, to society or issue in a very multi-purpose way or multidisciplinary way means I have a little bit knowledge and training in many subjects, many disciplines like economics, sociology, international relations. I have been the student of Jawaharlal Nehru University. If you see the Jawaharlal Nehru University is completely interdisciplinary since its inception, when it was established in 1969 or 70. Since then, their approach is to study completely interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary. If you see over there, no department of economics, no department of political science. Over there, it is called Center for Economic Studies, and the Center for Regional Studies, Center for Social System. Since sociology is there, Center for Social System. So the structure is completely different, not only structure, a spirit and everything. Now, if you see this national education policy to which we all are focusing on, and to which we all are interested to understand, as it is said that we need to make each and every institution, each and every college and university interdisciplinary. So if you see that IIT is not only made for just technology and civil or electrical engineering, all these things. I think over there, music will be taught. Over there, sociology will be taught. Over social science or training, knowledge will be the part, integral part. So it will not be the compartmentalized kind of training, but even in the college, in your college, in my university, everything will be there because the society has become very complex. So in order to understand the society, complexity of the society, it becomes very important to be multidisciplinary. I think one of the themes I don't know whether it has been discussed so far is or not, but it will be discussed. But if it is not discussed, somebody will definitely discuss with you. But you must try to understand the urgency, importance, and significance of the interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach to which we all are have been asked to follow today. And time frame has been given by 2035. Each and every institution will be introduced. To what extent we are going to make headway, that's I not know. That I don't know, but it has been made mandatory. It has been made as a roadmap. Why I'm saying that we all need to study this national education policy, which runs into to understand your 64 page. So it has been made very concise, but it's very compact. So we need to understand when we study frequently and more, many times, then we need to understand. And again, I will urge you and I will reiterate to you that this program has been, in this program, it has been discussed that all these aspects, because it is the outcome, it is the expected outcome and the essence of the national education policy. If we understand all these facets of life, all these dimensions of society, definitely we will understand this document, means national education policy, in a better way. And that has to be understood by all of us. So giving this kind of background, so let me now tell you what are the things to which we all are looking forward to make our curriculum a stronger one. So for the last many years, we have been discussing all the Indian higher education institutions are responsible for preparing our students, young mind, to excel in this rapidly changing globalized economy. So how it would be possible? I think I have just taken down some of the important points that needs to be elaborated, that needs to be understood by all of us. I hope I am connected with you.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
नहीं, connected, of course, I'm not asking you that we are connected only technically or even at the mental level we are connected. Means you all are listening me. You all are listening to me, I guess. And
Yes,
you
sir.
are,
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so unless until you put the question at the end of the deliberation, I will think that just by as a mark of courtesy, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि हम समझ रहे हैं. So I'm expecting a lot question. You put me in an uncomfortable position. I am sure that you will do this. So let us discuss this thing. So let me explain it to you. And again, I am not giving you any kind of sermon. Let me tell you. You can contest me, you can debate me, and you can keep me uncomfortable. You can make me wrong. So I will be extremely happy if you put me wrong. So I will give my own argument. You can come with your own wisdom. I know that you all are wiser than what I am. So thank you so much. So let us proceed further, because we are discussing a very important issue that is related to society, how society is going to become a better one, progressive one. Way over there will be peace. As I said, that one of the quotation was means how education is going to breed peace, means how education is going to bring peace. Again, when we are talking of development, when we are talking of stability, when we are talking about food security, when we are talking of different issues and the challenges and the opportunities, the ultimate aim of society is to bring stability and peace and happiness. Where there is happiness, peace is there. Peace, stability, and happiness will live together. I hope you agree with me. क्योंकि ये तीन चीजें तो एक साथ रह सकती है ना, और तीनों चीजें अगर आ गई समाज में, the very ultimate purpose and our purpose goal of society is to have peace, stability, and the happiness. तीन चीज चाहिए. Even I think development is not the objective. It could not be ultimate aim of any society. Through the way of development, through all of these things, we would try to bring happiness. We would try to bring peace. We would try to bring stability. If stability, peace, and happiness would be there, nothing exists beyond these two things. इसका मतलब हमें खाने को मिल रहा है, इसके मतलब हम खुश भी हैं, हम पीसफुल भी हैं. Peace of mind is there, stability is there. There's no, if there, I think again there's a contrast between uncertainty and peace. Only where there is stability, I think peace would be there. Uncertainty cannot breed peace. Uncertainty cannot bring happiness. So these all are the lofty ideas to which you must be wondering what I am talking of. So let us now come to the point. Holistic curriculum development. I think it has become the need of the day of this globalized society, globalized economy, globalized polity. So today we are talking of global polity, not only, I think, national polity and nation states. I think we have started talking beyond that. That is called global polity, global economy, global society. I hope you must have some question. So holistic, not only a particular piece kind of curriculum. Of course, taking view into the mind that is specific if we are creating, taking the holistic into the mind means if our syllabus is like this, and we are going to impart our curriculum to the students, definitely they will be potential, they will become capable enough to compete in the labor market. They will be able to compete in the global labor market. And that is the second point, what basically we are going to emphasize, how we are going to include in our syllabus soft skills. You must be wondering what is soft skills. I think we can be trained, and I can get the degree of PhD, master's, graduation, BSc, honors, and BTech, BSc engineering or biotechnology, all these things. Over and above, I think this has become the need of the day, as how to cultivate soft skills, means leadership, means communication skills, means writing skills, and how to behave with others. Means, see, why I am saying, you must be wondering that we need to take this into the consideration that when you are going to face any kind of interview, your soft skills matter a lot. When you are going to write any examination, your writing skills become very important. Even if you are working, take the example of technology. The people, why it has been said that now we are going to convert the engineering department, or engineering means IITs over there. Even there is a scope of understanding, study of music, fine arts, psychology, sociology, as a matter of just formality. This is all there, but it is going to be re-emphasized. Not only this, so they need to, if they have the caliber and they wish or they have the choice to study even along with engineering, one can opt music or soft skills, leadership skills, because it would be the subject for his or for her study. So if you see this structure of the national education policy, it is very dynamic, and it is as it is. I'm giving you one example that, and again, there's a big philosophy, because bringing out this national education policy, it all took 5 years. So committee was constituted under the leadership or chairmanship of what is his scientist name? Some scientist is there. I'm just forgetting his name. So basically, under his chairmanship, many committee members were there, and they worked tirelessly over 24/7. And this document was placed in the public domain many times for the review, for the feedback to all the stakeholders like students, teachers, academicians, and even the top level management. Everybody, society, from every sector of the society had their own feedback. So after getting the feedback, this policy is formulated and now it has been implemented. So what basically I'm giving my argument that soft skills is today in scenario becomes very, very important. Means communication skill, leadership skills, leadership style. I think this is all. I also gave you the example 100 or 50 years before in 19th century. So now we are living in 21st century. So at that time, it was said that leadership, when we talk of the leadership, so many qualities are like diversity, like communication, like taking decision at the appropriate time. I think many experiential learning. I think this is all the element of leadership. This is all the curriculum of the software skills, communication skills, how you are going to communicate, how you are going to have establish the good rapport with your communication. As it is said, I think again I am sharing with you that it is said that जितनी भी problem दुनिया में होता है ना, this is all only due to the lack of what we call it miscommunication. Even big boss, see, ultimate things that is going to be established is peace. What happens in the First World War? What happens in the Second World War? Even all countries of the world were divided into two parts, two camps, and they fought. So a lot of devastation took place. First World War, even Second World War. So now we have learned, as a human being, we have learned that war is not going to bring any kind of dividend to any society for that matter. Ultimately, when we will get tired due to, I think when we will lose money, when we will lose time, when we will get exhausted physically, we will sit on the table and we will come to the possible, I think, peace. It happened in the First World, it happened in the Second World War, it is going to happen even what we call it, Israel and Hamas. Note it down. Even in Russia thought that over the night I'm going to bulldoze, I'm going to what we call it defeat Ukraine. But it did not have kitna time hoga. Just you see, even in this case, Israel Hamas war again. It is prolonging. A lot of human, innocent people are being killed in both the ways, in both the wars. So if you think in that way, I think I am talking to you in a global perspective, not country perspective. Nothing has remained country bound or within the boundary border perspective. Everything. See, if anything happens in any part of the world, with the fraction of second, we get connected, we have so connected that we will get to know. So if someone is talking that this information, this is only country specific, region specific, religion specific, or particular thing, I think this he or she is living in fool's paradise. I think we all are taking benefit of this connected. See, today we can, with the, if your relatives are living in any part of the world, everybody is having this magic. You can get connected, you can talk to him, you can see him, you can see her. So everything is very much. So this is the benefit. We cannot say that benefit. So in this world, I think nature, tell me, I think I will not say, nature has provided a lot of opportunity to all of us. Kudrat, Prakriti. So that has provided, and taking that spirit into the mind, the entire world is now talking of sustainable development. So we should not, in the name of development, we cannot destroy the environment. If we are destroying and we have destroyed, we have seen the consequence of that one. So let us proceed further. Otherwise, I think again, there will be a problem. I think holistic curriculum development or holistic curriculum we need to develop because it has become the need. If emphasis means we need to incorporate, we need to take the element of soft skills. Means if the engineer, if the doctor, see, you must have seen some doctors, if you go, I think they are very polite and they know as how to, when you start talking to a good doctor, let me qualify it. I think at least 50% momentarily, if he is a good doctor, and this kind of training is being given, how you are going to talk, how you are going to, because you are talking to the patient. So your patients, your disease, your things will as you feel that it is finished off. And so only by talking to a good doctor, polite doctor, I think 50% your disease for the momentarily it will. If the doctor is otherwise, I think your problem is any patient problem will aggravate or he or she will not like it. So that is basically the soft skills. And I have seen, and you also must be knowing, and you should know that what happens if the doctor is otherwise, if he is not well behaved. I think problems are there, and nobody would go to him. How good that doctor is. So this is very important to take care of. When you are going to face the interview, I'm giving you one example. Again, you are going to, how your communication is, of course, your knowledge is one of the important factors, but how you are going to put it, how logically, how politely, how well behaved wise you are going to put, it matters a lot. And for that, again, it needs training, it needs some sort of courses. So yeah, emphasis or incorporation of the soft skills in how do you become doctor, you are a lecturer, you are the professor today, but we learn these soft skills gradually if we try to. And to engaging the students, for engaging the students in a better way, I think your soft skills, our soft skills are going to matter a lot. So all the time means, if you see, I think being empathetic means empathy is one of the very important skills that must come into the category of the soft skills. Not sympathy. I think a teacher has to be sympathetic at the same time. Technically speaking, he must is having the empathetic. He must be empathetic. He or she must be empathetic. And you understand the meaning, the very meaning connotation of the empathy or empathetic. So it is the first and foremost or the very important elements or the skills a teacher or a professor must have, must cultivate, must inculcate. That is called empathy. Yeah, you can put your position. Suppose, as I said, that one of the qualities of a good teacher, a good leader is to patient hearing, of course, all the time, because now it is the mandate, it is mandated in this national education policy that we need to create the class in such a way that that would be learner centric. It means not teacher centric, means it would be student centric, means students would become the central figure in your class. They are there to acquire education, but we are there to provide the services of education to the students, to maintain the law and order. In the university, VC is there, registrar is the entire administration is there, but students are not for the VC, not for the administration. They are to acquire education. So the central figure of the entire education system is the students, to which we are the part of course, important part. So how we are going to create the learner or the student centric is very, very important. For that, again, soft skills become a very important one. Experiential learning. So as today or any time, why it has been said that after completion, now the structure has been changed after finishing your what do we call it, high school. When you enter into the higher education, now it would take 4 years for completion of your graduation. It requires 4 years. Previously, it was only 3 years. So 1 year, I think 2 years. Huh? So what basically today, after complete, a student who would get entry into the first year, after completion of 1 year, he or she would leave it out and would get certificate. After 2 years completion, I think a student would get diploma. After completion of 3 years, I think degree, only general degree, and definitely after completion of 4 years, one would get degree with research, and thereafter MA, masters would be reduced to 1 year. So there is a restructuring which has been. So this is a previously what it happened. I think for sustenance of completion of 3 years, in some of the case it becomes difficult. 2 years in my time, I think it was only 2 years. So what basically I'm arguing that experiential learning means after completion of 1 year, if one is interested and he is not in a position, a reason could be any, he or she could leave it out after going learning or doing what we call it, after doing a job, he can again join. Not in that anywhere, because I think ABC, you all know that. So why I'm saying, unless until we go through this document, we will not be able to understand each and every aspect of education. So here it becomes very important to learning while earning. I think that is now has become the need of the day. पढ़ाई करें और आप सीखें भी, समझें भी, नौकरी भी करें अपनी self sustenance के लिए. I think that has become very, very important. Not like this कि एक साल आपने you have completed 1 year of graduation, you have, due to certain you are not able to continue for completion, your degree is not, you will not be given the degree. But now different landmarks, different milestones have been. So I think experiential learning is now practical, and now why we are so global exposure. So now it is going to be what we call it, encouraged. Means unless until we have the exposure, I think we cannot become the global citizen. We cannot. I think that is the mandate, and that is the outcome. That is the objective of this national education policy. Global exposure. How it could be done? Unless until you as a teacher going. I think you all have got some of our friends have got. Can I request my friend and colleague that kindly mute your mic, because we all are discussing and you have started talking. Putting your mic on. Yes, thank you. Thank you for support.
नहीं आपको क्या बोला कि बैठने के लिए क्लास में? नाही मैंने बोला म्हटलं सर आता काय होईल, एक तर फॅकल्टी मला मारेल, म्हटलं बसायला जागा नाही दिली तर, नाही तर ते म्हणून राहिले म्हटलं म्हणजे कॅबिन मध्ये बसून लेक्चर.
मुझे लगता है कि इसमें भी क्लास how to
आम्ही
listen,
सांगितलं
how
त्यांना
to
की आज
listen.
त्यांनी लॅबमध्ये घेतलं.
Is there anybody who is here to, I think, pass on this message? Can I write it in chat box?
हाँ वही फर्स्ट इयर नाही मिल रहा नाही ऍक्च्युली काय झालं 9 क्लासेस दिले ना फर्स्ट इयरचे नाही ना बाबा कौन कौन दे रहा तुमको इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर
Hello,
बाय रूल
is there anybody? Hello,
एआईडीएस का
hello,
वो क्या बोलते हैं लैब में भी है
hello, hello,
एआईडीएस में चार
hello,
है ना
hello,
थर्ड ईयर सेकंड ईयर है
Hello.
ना 4 क्लास किस पे त्याला 3 क्लास अगर 9
अंकित सर.
ये कौन
Hello,
लोग हैं जो
अंकित
बातें
सर.
कर रहे हैं?
दिलेला आहे
ये कौन लोग हैं
सर.
बातें कर रहे हैं? मुझे बताएं.
अंकित सर.
I think some
Hello.
of them are talking without putting their mic off.
प्रॉब्लेम आहे आणि
Is
फर्स्ट
it? So kindly
नहीं
write
पता
it on
मुझे,
the chat
दिया
box.
बोलते
They should
सबको, time to
stop
replace
talking
सबको.
because there is a disturbance. नहीं तो अच्छा नहीं लगता नहीं. It is
Hello,
very
delivery
disturbing.
sir, मैं sir. बस. सर को
ये
पहले
कौन
रोल
लोग
करना है.
हैं?
बिल्कुल लोकल साइन तो बाकी डिपार्टमेंट को
इतना तो हमें आना
सर
चाहिए
को
नहीं कि ऐसा है कि जब बात हो रही तो at least they should put your audio.
लोग लाओ बैठने वाले मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ दी तो दी परमिशन नहीं दी
सर ये नॉइस है
हाँ?
इसका तो माइक चालू है इसका तो माइक
वही
चालू
है ना
है
इसे कहिए ना कि थोड़ा सा ऑफ कर दे क्या जाता है इसमें कुछ भी नहीं जाएगा आई थिंक इफ दे विश टू टॉक आई थिंक दे शुड टॉक बट दे शुड पुट देयर वीडियो दे शुड पुट देयर ऑडियो
मैंने क्यों दिया क्योंकि
क्या है ही नहीं है
फोकट की ऑडियंस हम ही है
Yes,
हमें
sir.
चाहिए हम
मैसेज डाला है सर हो जाएगा
बस चलिए हम लोग शुरू करें हम लोग ऑन रखें
मैंने निकाला भी नहीं अप्लाई भी नहीं किया अप्लाई
I will request
You
one of my
continue.
friends to kindly
The
put
chatting, they
your
are not
audio.
अगर
Yes,
एनओसी से थोड़ी अप्लाई होते हैं
Yes,
एनओसी से बिल लावला तर सब कुछ
Ruchika and
नाही
Chaya.
ते कोणा पे गेलं फक्त अकोला सर सगळे
Chaya ji,
Sir, myself is Chaya. I'm requesting to the participants to mute the
उनको
mic
कहना please अच्छा कि this is very disruptive.
because
तो आप
the research
हम तो
person
बोल
what
सकते हैं लेकिन अच्छा नहीं it doesn't look nice. We all belong to the very sophisticated. I
सर
think
आप जो बातें बता रहे हैं ना तो हमारे तक नहीं पहुंच पा रही बिकॉज द पार्टिसिपेंट्स आर चैटिंग
इसीलिए तो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना कि उनसे कहें कि वो ऑफ करें
मुझे साढ़े से एनओसी साइन नहीं किया था
सर
Can I now
I
start?
cannot tell them
I
I
don't
am
know whether
Chaya.
they are
I cannot
connected.
convey the message to the participants.
तरह प्रिंसिपल एचओडी वर्ड था प्रिंसिपल का वो एचओडी काउंट था प्रिंसिपल का साइन के प्रिंसिपल का स्टैम्प के बस
I request to Ankit Thakur sir to please tell the participants to listen carefully the resource person.
नॉमिनेशन लेटर
If they
स्कूल का
don't,
डायरेक्ट
if they even then they
nomination
don't
of separate
listen, at least they should put their audio off. Because they should they should not disturb us because
Yes
we
sir,
are.
they shouldn't disturb us. If they don't want to listen, they shouldn't participate in the program.
Yeah, so this is, I think we belong to the very sophisticated gentry that is called teaching or the academic community. At least we should have this much courtesy. So this is the demand of the courtesy that we should at least facilitate.
सारे डिपार्टमेंट में सीए के बनाए और अपन ने नहीं
And government of India is investing a lot of money for all of us. While organizing this program, our money is being used. Means government gives a lot of funds. So it is organized for the benefit of the society, for directly benefit for the university and the
सीईओ 4 होने के 6 होने 6 करते तो भी प्रॉब्लम 4 करते तो भी प्रॉब्लम उनको हर इसका जस्टिफिकेशन देना पड़ता दैट शुड बी वैलिड एंड मोस्ट टैक्सोनॉमी इज ऑफ 6 लेवल 6 लेवल
अभी चुप हुई कि नहीं अभी चुप हो गए कि नहीं ये लोग
6 बनाते हैं तो इट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी दैट every content of
नहीं सर।
syllabus
रुचिता
of
मैडम।
particular unit should
हमें
match
आपकी
that
कोई भी
particular.
Hello?
बातें सुनाई नहीं दे रही सर।
रुचिता मैडम,
फिर
रुचिता मैडम,
syllabus
इनका माइक शुरू
restructure
है।
करो। फिर अब ये कैसे करें
Hello?
syllabus restructuring? ऐसे होना चाहिए।
हाँ
हेलो,
रुचिता
रुचिता
मैडम
मैडम,
रुचिता
आपका
काळे
माइक शुरू है, माइक।
ऊपर हायर लेवल पर बहुत डिस्कशन हुआ IoT वाले सोचे कि 6, लेकिन वो 6 यूनिट के 6 सीओ बना के कोई मतलब ही नहीं। बाहर सारे ऑटोनॉमी वाले देखो, अब ऑटोनॉमी की बात करें अपने कॉलेज में, हाँ, बाकी डिपार्टमेंट में 6 बनाए, हाँ, नहीं 4 बनाए। जब अटेंडमेंट नहीं आ रहा ना एमबीए का तो 6 कर दो। ठीक है, डिपार्टमेंट आर्ग्यू कर रहे हैं कि 2 का क्रेडिट है तो मैं 4 रखता, 3 का क्रेडिट है तो करेक्ट है ना। as per the NBA, as per the Bloom's taxonomy, it is correct. ये करेक्ट लिस्ट को जाते हैं तो इधर अटेनमेंट का प्रॉब्लम। अब ये सिंपल सी बात। अब वही सर पूछ रहे थे कि करना क्या चाहिए, अटेनमेंट के पीछे जाना चाहिए क्योंकि एनबीए भी मस्त है, क्योंकि एनबीए एट्रीब्यूट को बोलता है कि आउटकम को मैच करो। फिर क्या करे हम भी सर आप डिस्कशन करो, हमको कुछ नहीं समझता आप करो। करवा सर ने वही बोले सर ये थोड़ा सा हायर लेवल पे डिस्कशन होना चाहिए, प्रोफेसर ने सोचना चाहिए कि भाई कि क्या करना चाहिए और एक यूनिवर्सल पॉलिसी अप्लाई करो। वो भी करते हैं।
हेलो
लोग है ना पीयर्स हमारे, लोगों ने सोचना
हाँ,
चाहिए
yes,
कि
sir.
भाई ये क्या करना
हाँ
चाहिए, कैसा
हाँ, yes, sir.
ये बताएं, थोड़ा सा आप वीडियो ऑन करें।
यस सर।
क्या करना
हाँ,
चाहिए, कैसे
वीडियो ऑन करें
solution
प्लीज।
निकलता है, कैसे एडमिट। अब
हाँ,
ईएससी का पेपर
ये
है,
बताएं,
ईएससी
ये
का
कौन
पेपर है
लोग
60 मार्क
बातचीत
का।
कर रहे हैं,
अब
कैसे
60
होगा
मार्क में
बताइए
डाल
आप?
रहे 4 यूनिट हो गए।
ये कौन लोग हैं?
सर सॉरी फॉर द इंटरप्शन, सर सॉरी फॉर द इंटरप्शन।
नहीं वो तो ठीक है, हम तो बोलना चाह रहे हैं ना, तो क्यों ये कहाँ से क्या व्हाट दे आर टॉकिंग ऑफ? दे कुड टॉक लेटर ऑन आल्सो।
या सर प्लीज, सॉरी फॉर द इंटरप्शन सर, प्लीज
नो
कंटिन्यू।
कैसे हाउ टू गो, क्योंकि ऐसा इट डजंट लुक नाइस ना, क्योंकि अब हम बात करें वो लोग भी बात करें, कैसे काम होगा? उनसे कहें क्या, उनको पता नहीं है कैसे वीडियो को ऑफ करते हैं, कैसे ऑडियो को ऑफ करते हैं? इसका मतलब इतना भी उनको पता नहीं होगा ना, यही होगा मुझे तो लगता है कि इतना तो हमारी ट्रेनिंग होनी चाहिए ना कि कैसे हम लोग भी बात करते हैं। समटाइम्स इट बिकम्स अर्जेंट, सो व्हाट वी डू, वी टेक द एडवांटेज ऑफ ऑनलाइन। सो कैन वी स्टार्ट नाउ?
यस सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर।
Yes, sir.
Because I am going to
Sir,
finish it
please
off,
you
so
start.
kindly we need your support, okay? Because
Yes,
I
sir,
am
please
waiting
you
for you.
start.
Can we start now?
Yes, sir.
हाँ
Please
चलिए।
start.
थैंक यू सो मच। सो आई थिंक उनको पता नहीं होगा नहीं कि कैसे वीडियो को ऑडियो को ऑफ करते हैं, मुझे तो ये लग रहा है वैसे। तो उनको हम सबको वही, दे बिलोंग टू आवर कम्युनिटी, एकेडमिक कम्युनिटी, तो वी शुड एटलीस्ट मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड कि वीडियो कैसे हम बात करते हैं। अगर बात ऑनलाइन में भी बात करें तो कभी कभी होता है ना कि हमें सीखने, वी शुड लर्न to put our video as well as the audio to off, and then you can to talk. Otherwise sometimes it becomes very uncomfortable, so at least we should learn that much. Okay, thank you so much. So let us begin, because not much is left. So you give me a minute so that I could share my thoughts to all of you. Okay. This is okay, I guess. So here we were there. So I'm putting my all effort so that we can use our time in a better way. So I think it is okay. हम लोग we are connected.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
let
Yes,
us
sir.
proceed further. Time is not much. So we are basically, I was talking to experiential learning, global exposure, lifelong learning and skill upgradation. So lifelong learning and skill upgradation. See, if you go to any Western countries or United States of America, I think technically speaking in our own country, there's a restriction that after 60 or 50 or 58, one retires. But in academia, if you go to European university or the US or many countries, I think as long as you wish, you can contribute. Not 60, not 58, not 65. So what basically I am just learning and teaching, or learning and experiential learning and sharing, all goes hand in hand, in the sense that after a certain period, we have our own experiences, and we don't only talk, but at the same time, we also share our experiences. If you see the, I think what we call it, the purpose and the essence and the philosophy of the center. The center philosophy is to call the person who is a little bit more experienced so that he or she could share the experiences with the young minds, with the young scholars. So here, age doesn't matter. So if you go to any seminar, we listen to the presenter very carefully, because whatever he is going to share, definitely something which would be new one, something would be an innovative one. So here collectively we are learning and exchanging our ideas, and that will go on till our end. In the sense, in that sense, lifelong learning, a skill upgradation, I think it will go on as long as we are alive, as long as we are in this world. So this is very important. A challenge, time is very challenging before all of us. So whatever the challenge our ancestors were having, today challenges has multiplied many ways. So multiple challenges are there before all of us. Opportunities are there, as in the initial state I said that challenges and opportunities both go hand in hand, means both go together. We cannot say that only opportunity is there. Out of adversity, out of challenges, we need to take out of from that opportunity. As you see, through the pandemic, I think we have learned very rapidly this technology to become the online, and we taught our students online. Whatever we did it. So outsmarted. So now we have become so adaptable. We have become so learned in that sense that now many programs are being organized online, and it is happening not in our own country. Even it has become the good feature and the salient feature of the entire world, entire society. Yesterday, I got connected with a program which was organized in the University of Chicago. So I think time frame work is also there. So they all started at 8 over there and here 9:30. So it is the benefit of this online. Had it not been online, I think it would become difficult for me to learn from it. So this is very important to discuss with you, that how global exposure. I think why do we go to attend many seminars in other university, national university, even beyond the border, other university, so that we can learn. And when we learn, after coming back to our own society, our own country, we exchange our ideas, what we have learned there. I think in a way we learn a great deal, and we can learn from the global society or better university and better society. So these are the keywords: holistic curriculum development, emphasis on soft skills, experiential learning, global exposure, and lifelong learning and skill. They are taking all these issues into the mind and opportunities into the mind. We need to develop our own syllabus. Unless until we take these all issues into our syllabus, I think things will not move in the positive direction. So for taking the students in the global market, I think these all elements must be reflected in our syllabus. This is what I mean. So let us proceed further. And here again, it is need for, as already need for training of academic staff. Today, as we are being, when we talk of training, sometimes we don't say training, but we say, or we use other words like here, NEP orientation and sensitization. Sometimes we call a refresher course. Sometimes it is called faculty induction program. Sometimes seminar, sometimes symposium, sometimes training. So all these have the similar kind of, I think, aims and the objectives, means to get exposure or to sensitize the faculty to sensitize the audience, sensitize the participants. So again, I am saying that due to globalization, a rapid change in I think for the last within 2 years, knowledge is being doubled. So it becomes very unmanageable. So with the help of professional development or training or these program, I think we try to focus on the certain things. And for improving quality and skills, I think this is all becomes very important. And what kind already I have discussed all challenges. So I am just showing you what are the current and the future challenges. When we understand the current and the future challenges, definitely, as we discuss that growth, there is a growth in demand for higher education. And we all know that 12 or 1100 university, 45,000 colleges are existing, are established in our own system. When it is called as a third largest system, already we have discussed. But again, if you see the requirement of our own nation, again, there is a serious problem. Means only in order to increase the gross enrollment ratio or take up to 50%, I think a lot of more universities, more educational institutions, not only increasing the number of the university and the colleges, but we need to have different strategy to reach out to the common population of our own country. Again, is a challenge. And again, if you see, already I have shared with you that 50% gender means women, whom we need to address so that they could also be brought into the arena. And again, socially disadvantaged, then the rural people, we all need to. So these are the challenges. And already I have discussed with you about what we call it opportunities. Means demographic dividend, we are sitting on the pool of working population. 66-70% population are young in our own country. So let us make our education system so robust, I'm talking of, so that we can excel and we could achieve the target or the objectives of Viksit Bharat developed nation. And of course, the other challenges, these are the only facts, financial constant, of course, that is there. So how we are going to play and how we can use the resources in a common way. 1100 university, 50,000 colleges are there. So in terms of the resources, we are diverse, we are differentiated. There are some universities which are very good resources. There are some universities which are extremely good faculties there. So why don't we collaborate? Means there should be collaboration amongst the university, colleges, because we can use or we can share our strength, because our purpose is to make our society, means make our nation. And money is coming from all sources, means that is the money which belongs to the public money. So public money must be used for the optimization of the resources, human resources, physical resources, both must be utilized for the benefit of the country, for the benefit of the nation, for the growth of the nation, for achieving the target objectives and to realize the vision of the Viksit Bharat. So let us now proceed further. And we all know that we are not investing, we are not spending, we are not making public expenditure as it has been said or it has been recommended in our public. I'm just flagging some of the problems. I'm just highlighting so that you could come with your own questions. Let us proceed. Expectation from the academic staff to which we all belong. So there is an ability and there should be an ability to handle a growing number of students and the diversity. So there is a diversity. Today, just now, I have received one instruction from the university administration that what kind of things we are supposed to do. I think that has been reiterated, formulated by University Grants Commission. that you need to come every day, and then you need to take at least 14 class a week. So all these nitty-gritty has been given in order to ensure quality. So this kind of instruction, this kind of officer order also comes to your office, to your university, so that we could work and we could, I think this is nothing new. That these all things have been reiterated. And of course, we must come with our own innovative ideas, our own perspective, our own finding as how to make this education, higher education is a better way. So faculty should be outward looking and sensitive to the needs of the society, and they should have critical competencies, means we, in order to offer research and consultancy. I am just sharing. Again, there's a hue and cry.
चलो दोनों फ्रेंड्स अब तो पढ़ना भी अच्छा ही हो गया दोनों से पढ़ लें वैसे ही आ जाएगा
ये इनको पता नहीं, I am still wondering. They don't have
फॉर्मेट आप करो
put up their audio
नंबर 7 करना
इतना भी अगर एक
7
चीज शेयर
में आज कौन सा पेपर था
let us make this deliberation a little bit.
क्या क्या लिखा
I think now, due to this reason, as I said that public university, if you see the public university and the private university, so now private universities have overtaken the public university, and things are not, time is not very far off, that all these public university will be reduced to the negligible way, because their contribution is not that much. I am just sharing with you, and I'm just as the part of the faculty or the community, teaching community. The days are not far ahead that we will be asked, even the university, that we need to do this kind of research. At least two publications we need to do every year, and then that would be a Scopus indexed publication. Already it has been implemented, and in private university, if you ask at the faculty who are working there, and their salary would be lesser than what we are receiving, but they have been asked that you need to do it, and now otherwise you see your own way, and you can be asked any time to leave it. So what is my worries and what my concern is, let us try to work very diligently, very patiently, so that we could contribute directly to the growth and the development of the university or the college to which we belong. Because the university is going to ask very soon to all of us that you need to this much. As I said that how much, sometimes even in my university, summer university, because I often go to different university and the colleges, what basically, we take the class and we go off. We go away, we go off. But I think things are not, I think take the example of other, as we often claim that we are the academics, we need time to study so that we could prepare for the students. But this is not the lie, this is not the situation. So if you see the other administrative side, I think they are taken to the task, in the sense that they need to come to the office and they need to clear all the files, whatever the required files are there. So here we basically belong to the noble profession. Over there shouldn't be any kind of direction, and direction is not going to work here. So it would come from our inside, this conscious, जिसको कहते हैं ना अंदर की आवाज. I think that is the thing. Nobody, no teacher will be taken to the task. Only time would be there. How best I am going to teach, how worst I am going to deliver the goods in the class. No one. Hence, it is academic integrity. So academic integrity is very, very important. So let us take the honor. Let us take this in this spirit, so that nobody would challenge us. And everybody, we all must be appreciated, as it has been appreciated in this national education policy. So unless until we work very hard, very patiently, I think things will not move in the right direction. So here the responsibility of the teacher, to which we all belong, is many fold more than of any. Our contribution is unassessable in the sense that we cannot assess, because we often get employment or get employed in any institutions for more than 30-35 years on average. So we have the potential to destroy at least 30 batches, 35 batches, because every year we need to go to teach other next batch, next to next, like that. So here it's a silent teacher. So teacher must be a person of integrity, to which we all are. I will not say that we are not, but there is always a scope for improvement in that line. So let us try to improve. Let us try to contribute much more in the academia, as we all see that any social institution in society, not only education system, political system, education system, economic system, all systems are going to reinforce each other. But here, let me tell you, the sector to which we belong, means education, I think that is considered to be noble, and there is a valid reason behind it. Because everything is going to be better off or to be made better off with the help of education, either political system or economic system. So once we make the education a better education, foolproof system, things will be in the positive directions. Means politicians, academicians, and whatever you say, I think they are going to create the situation. I think that would be very important one. So quality concern and quality, again, I think I'm not going to dwell on, because already we have discussed, and I'm sure that many things, technological change affects all disciplines. So I'm not going to be, you all know that how technology means in the 70s, invention of radio, invention of thereafter computer, that has brought a lot of change in the society. And today, see the impact of the artificial intelligence and chat GPT, how it has impacted. And those who belong to the age group of 50 plus, I think we need to refocus, reorient. Let me tell you, we need to reorient. I think we must try and we must think in that direction, so that we could learn many tools, techniques with our own younger one, our children, grandchildren, or whatever. I think now the time has come to orient ourselves, reorient ourselves. Then we will become relevant today. Otherwise, we will be relegated to the background. And we have, mind you, one thing to which we are having the upper hand to all, even students, our sons, our grandsons, whatever you say. I think that is called experience. As it is said, nothing is alternative to experience. So we have this, but what basically we need to orient ourselves so that we could be also able to use all this technology. Whatever the technology, it's not a rocket science, let me tell you. If we have the aptitude, our children, grandchildren, everybody learns. So what is the wrong? We have written a lot of books. We have taught so many students, so many generations, let me tell you. And let me tell you that in a way, we are extremely privileged. Perhaps we will be the only, I think, class or the category of people, we are extremely privileged. We have seen that day when chalk and talk, when communication was only later like that. And now we are living in AI, chat, GPT. So why don't we take the benefit and advantage of that one also? So we can do anything, all these things in our teaching pedagogy, in our day-to-day life, in our research. I think this is very important. So these kind of discipline factor, age factor, these are the distinguishing features, but that should be eradicated. That should not be taken into that way. So here again, I think I will take only 5 minutes. Many things are there. The changing demands of the labor market. Already I have said, how we are going to respond to all these things. That has become the need of the day. So for new management skills, so that is for the administrative. And what are basically the other challenges to which not only the teachers, to which we the teachers could highlight to improve the condition of higher education, means to make the society, means adequate infrastructural facilities to which all the universities are facing today. So we need to highlight, we need to recommend so that policy recommendation could be done. Faculty crunch, shortage of faculty, sometimes we become very overburdened because those who have retired, in their place, no replacement, 40%, 45% seats are vacant. So we are overburdened. So we need to work. Low enrollment ratio. So there should be research findings by all of us. Overcrowded classroom, gender and ethnic imbalances is very much there. So only 40%, 14% are contribution on the part of the university. So these are the issues. And basically, let me talk very briefly about the status of research. Where do we stand? Because the function of a teacher is not only to translate the knowledge, but also to make research. India's total population is 1.4 billion, not 1.4 billion today. So according to that, again, we are not spending. And if you see the ratio of population in our own country, the GDP is estimated to 0.6% only we are spending on research. In case of Europe or America, I think 2.2% in case of France, 2.7%, 2.74% in case of United States of America. If you see the ratio here, 4,300 researchers per million. In case of 216 only, very poor, very prominent. So we need to improve. In case of China, 2.11% investment is being made by China. And GDP is again very important. Research 1,200 researchers per million. So almost 6 times more. So here we need to see, and as I said that in India's research expenditure is hardly 3% to 2.5% today. It has never crossed, according to my knowledge, beyond 3%. So we need to work as how to catch up and how to create the pressure so that we could go for 6% at least, as it is recommended in the National Education Policy. In order, whatever the challenges we have discussed, I think in a very deep manner, but I would say that we need to be very responsive. Our government needs to be very responsive, and there should be international perspective. We prepare our syllabus, our content. So there's a need for inter-institutional cooperation, as already I have discussed. And then developmental and growing emphasis on teaching quality and research has become the important one. And again here, what kind of competencies we need to, and we all are competent. I will not say that we are, but we need to improve even in that, because it is also going on. So awareness and understanding as how students will learn more and more today, and what kind of competency, what kind of knowledge is the information that should pass on to the students. And for that, we need to have the commitment to a scholarship in the discipline to which we basically teach. And we must use the ICT or IT in our day-to-day life, in our class. Then in terms of the research, how we can write a good research proposal is very important. And we as a researcher, we as a supervisor, we need to cultivate and we need to impart the same to the students. This kind of networking and fundraising, because we are not we should not expect much funds from only the one sources, but I think we need to mobilize the funds from the national as well as the international bodies. And PhD should be an excellent one, and project management. So in terms of the research, in terms of the teaching, I think this is very important. On the part of the state, how? I think only by allowing the private sector or the foreign university, things will not move in the right direction. For making a better society, for progressive society, we need to create many kind of regulatory body to which government has promised and government is doing. So last is there should be coordinated effort on the part of the academia, other stakeholders, administrative staff, state, to play a very important role to bring excellence in the sector of higher education for making a better society. Government must create an enabling environment for Indian university to thrive globally, as the government has promised that 20 university will be created, which will be world-class university. They would figure in that one. So that's a good thing. But we need to help it out here. How it could be done only by rhetoric is not going to work. The power of globalization must be harnessed to enhance the quality in higher education system. Forward-looking and collaborative partnership must be promoted so that our country, our nation, our society can emerge as a center of global knowledge hub, as it is considered. And we are sitting on tremendous resources, human resources. So we need to do all these things, and it could be only done with the help of acknowledging the role being played by the academic staff, means we all. So let us take a place to work together for making our society, our nation better, so that we all should feel proud of that. So once again, I think I'm just putting thank you so much indeed for each and every colleague of ours, that they have listened to us so patiently. So I'm just at the end, I am thanking, I'm also grateful to the director of the center and the entire staff and all of my colleagues. I call you all colleagues because we all are working for the benefit of the society, for creating the young minds, for creating the human capital in our own country, so that our country can shine and our country can excel, and it can become the excellent around the world, so that we all should feel proud of that one. So that is basically the message to which I am giving to all of you. So let us work jointly, collaboratively, collectively to transform our nation, into the progressive nation, developed nation, positive nation. Over there will be no any kind of inequality. There will be no any kind of discrimination. There will be no any kind of any kind of problems. So let us try to take the place that we will work for making a society which would be modern society, progressive society, and better society as compared to other society, existing society. So with these words, I am thankful to all of my colleagues and the friends who have been listening to me for the last, more than 3 hours. So I am sure that you all have got tired, but I have not been tired. If you ask the question, I will feel extremely glad. I will feel extremely happy to take up your question. So once again, I am thanking especially to one of my colleague, Chaya, because she has put her video on, and she is encouraging me to continue my debate and discussion and talk. So once again, I especially am thanking you that you have encouraged me. Thank you so much. And once again, I am thanking all my colleagues. So as it is showing, there is still 60 of our colleagues have joined, that they are still joining. So if they have any questions, any remarks, any comments, anything, so I will be glad to listen. And if response is required, I will be again happy. And I am assuring that I will at least try my level best to come up to your expectation. And I will make an attempt to answer your question, if question is there. Otherwise, comments and observations are welcome. Thank you so much, Ulvi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
So
we are very much thankful to you for the nice information, sir.
Thank you so
So,
much. Thank you, madam.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
sir.
So I think time is up. I hope you all have got tired. So thank you. Thank you,
sir,
everyone.
for your kind and informative session for us.
Thank
Very
you, sir.
valuable session
Thank
for
you.
us, which will be helpful to us in our profession.
Yes, yes, yes. So let us work together. Let us work jointly. And let us have some sort of academic collaboration. So with these words, thank you once again, each and every person, each and every colleagues. So I call you. We all are working together for the benefit of society and specifically for education, raising the standard of higher education in our own country. Okay?
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you,
Any
sir.
Thank you, sir.
question or any observation? I hope you all have got tired, I guess. सब आप लोग थक गए लग रहा कि सुनने ये तो मुश्किल है सुनना. I think listening is also an art and not an easy. I think we have the habit to speak, not to listen. So listening is a good art, let me tell you. So we should also develop the skill of listening to somebody. So you have shown your patience to listen to me. So I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you. शुक्रिया आपका सबका आपका
Thank you, sir.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
Thank you.